everyone, I am Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Equine Sanctuary. This is my 3-year-old Morelia bredli Ronon, and this is my 2-year-old corn snake Normal. Yes, it's Super Dwarf Sunday. I'm not holding a Super Dwarf, but I'm going to explain why in just a minute. This is Super Dwarf Sunday for Sunday, December 5th, 2021. And last month, I put out a call to anyone who was the proud owner of a dwarf or super dwarf reticulated python to send me a short video and answer 3 questions for me. I'll tell you about those questions in a minute. First, let me tell you why I'm holding these 2 snakes. I'm holding these 2 snakes because when I got my super dwarf reticulated python, Tau Ceti, Garrett Hartle promised me that he would not get bigger than a bredli, and that if he did, I could send him back. Right now, TC is bigger than this particular Morelia bredli Ronon, but Ronon is only 3 years old and he's still going to do some growing. And then I've heard Garrett say numerous times how some of the super dwarfs of the smaller localities aren't that much bigger than a corn snake. Okay, maybe a really large, possibly overfed corn snake, but Normal is the same exact age as TC. They're literally only 1 month apart. TC is 1 month older than Normal, and TC is extremely bigger than Normal. He's quite a bit bigger. So I do have a corn snake that's about 10 years old that is just a little bit smaller than TC is now. But I think that super dwarfs do get bigger than corn snakes. But I wanted to show you my corn snake that is the same age as TC, and I wanted to show you my Morelia bredli, since these snakes have both been mentioned relative to the size of super dwarf reticulated pythons. So now to my questions. Last month, I asked people 3 questions. Number 1, why did you decide to get a dwarf or super dwarf reticulated python? Question number 2, where did you get your dwarf or super dwarf reticulated python? Question number 3, what is one thing that has surprised you most about your dwarf or super dwarf reticulated python? Well, 4 people responded, and you're going to get to see their videos now. Here's my disclaimer for the order that these videos are being shown in. These videos are being shown in the order in which they were received. So there's no favoritism involved here. I just posted the videos in the order that I received them, first to last. So here you go. Let's take a look.
Hey Lori, so I got a super dwarf reticulated python because after doing research on different species that I don't already have and figuring out what would be right for me, the super dwarf story really is what sold me. I mean, a little tiny island with little tiny giant snakes, that's pretty awesome. And Echo here is a Karumpa, which is the littlest of the tiny. I got Echo from Reach Out Reptiles because I think it's really important, especially with this species, to trust the person that you're buying from. And Garrett is someone that I felt like I could really trust. Or maybe he's like the best con man in the world. I don't know, but he seems real trustworthy. I think what surprised me most about this species is how engaging they are and how they seem to really want to know what the person that's holding them is up to. Wait, no, I'm changing my answer. It's that she is over 3 feet long and she fits in this little hide. This is her sky hide that hangs on her ceiling where she chooses to be when she's hiding. And more than 3 foot of snake fits in that. That's crazy.
Hey Lori, Steve Lewis with Hurt Panel Forums here. This is Midas, my super dwarf retic. He is across from the Madu Island and the OG Kalatoa import, which was from the islands around Kalatoa. So pure super dwarf is the best we could call him. I think he's getting ready to go into a shed too, so I won't have him out too long. Why did I get a super dwarf? Because reticulated pythons are awesome, but I don't want a 20-foot snake. So this guy's gonna get to be probably about 7 feet, which is just a little bit longer than my female rainbow boa is going to be. So that's the size I'm comfortable with. I think super dwarf's a misnomer. I don't think they're dwarf at all, but for a reticulated python, I think they're small. So that's why I got this guy. Just really, really awesome. I don't know if I'll get a female. I'd like to, you know, I think about pairing him up and having a breeder, but he'll probably be my only one. Where did I get him from? I got him from Garrett Hartle, Reach Out Reptiles. Been a big fan of that channel for years and really coveting these snakes because he just really hyped them up so well and sold them to me. So I got real excited about those. And finally he hatched these out, showed them on a live stream, and I called them and they were available, and I got the one I wanted, which made me really happy. That was earlier this summer. And what's the thing that surprised me? I don't know, I've seen so many Super Dwarf Sunday videos and Reach Out Reptile videos before I got one that I don't know if I was really surprised. I guess just in terms of his autonomy, he doesn't act like a scared little, as Clint would say, a noodle with a head. He acts like a big snake already. There's still some things that freak him out. Get spooked, like I was telling Lori, when I moved his water bowl with him still in the cage, it really spooked him out for whatever reason. But otherwise, he acts like a big snake, and I just love it because, as you can see, he is not. He's not 1 year old yet, so he's got some length to him, but he's not super big. But anyways, this is Midas. I love him. I love Super Dwarfs. I think they're one of the coolest pets. I don't think they're a beginner pet at all, but super fun once you know what you're doing with snakes and have a little bit of room for their cages.
Hi, my name is Danielle, and I have a beautiful 8-month-old dwarf reticulated python. His name is Aurelius. I got him because initially I was going to get a Brazilian rainbow boa, and after I spoke with Lori, she really convinced me to reconsider that, and she suggested a dwarf or super dwarf reticulated python just because of the relationship that I am trying to have with my reptiles, and they're just a lot more outgoing. I would see it a lot more than a Brazilian rainbow boa, and just the interaction would be something that would be less stressful for it. I really enjoy doing target training and choice-based handling and puzzle feeding, and it would just be an animal that I feel that I could accomplish more of that with just because of their nature. And I'm really happy I did. He's a beautiful motley golden child, dwarf reticulated python. And I've absolutely enjoyed having him since I got him in August. I got my dwarf reticulated python from Reach Out Reptiles, who was highly recommended by Lori Turini and Stephen Lewis. Some of the things that surprised me about my dwarf reticulated python, first is how intelligent he is. He caught on to target training really quickly, and also the puzzle feeding exercises that I've done with him that I've actually made pretty challenging that he has figured out is pretty impressive to watch. The other thing about him is how observant he is and how he watches me and also listens to me and responds even to my voice. So those are just some of the things that impress me about the species and really make him a joy to interact with.
Hey, I'm Summer and this is Billy, and I got a super dwarf because I'd always wanted a reticulated python. I loved the way they looked. I loved their patterns. I thought they were just one of the most beautiful snakes out there. And I also was so interested in their curiosity and intelligence, and you know, you always kind of heard there was just something different about them, like the way that they looked at you. You could tell there was more going on in their head than maybe the typical snake. And so that was really intriguing to me, but of course I knew that I could never handle, nor would I want to care for, a giant 20-foot, 15-foot snake. It's just not really something that I felt equipped for. So when I started seeing people posting their super dwarfs, you know, with their Kalatoas and things like that, I got really interested in it and I started researching. And that led me to YouTube, which led me to the Reach Out Reptiles channel, where I just watched every single video that Garrett Hartle put out. And that is why I got a retic, a super dwarf, from him, because I felt that he was reputable and trustworthy, and, you know, I felt safe and confident in having seen all of the knowledge that he shared and the animals that he shared online. And one thing that has surprised me about the super dwarfs is how human-oriented they are. I knew that they were smart and I knew that they were active, and, you know, I've had plenty of other snake species, so I expected them to be much the same as most other snakes. But to me, these are, it's like the closest thing you're gonna get to a dog in snake form, in the sense that they notice when you're in the room, they come towards you, not away from you, generally speaking, at least mine do. So yeah, I mean, I just wasn't expecting such a friendly snake, I guess. That's really the best word that I can think to describe it. And yeah, I'm so pleased. I love the ones that I have. I hope to, sorry, I don't know where she went. She's like, oh, is she right here? There you are. I love them all, and I'm excited to work with them and hope to work with more in the future. So yeah, me and Billy signing off.
Now, when I was editing this video, my husband took a look at it for me because I wanted his opinion on if I needed to do anything else as far as editing goes. And Jim, what did you tell me as soon as you watched the video?
Those videos are great.
That isn't what he said. The first thing out of his mouth is, Garrett Hartle better thank you, and this looks like a commercial for Reach Out Reptiles. I did not specify in my request for people to participate in Super Dwarf Sunday that the Super Dwarfs had to be from Reach Out Reptiles. It just so happens that the only 4 people that submitted videos to me all got their super dwarf or dwarf reticulated python from Reach Out Reptiles, and so they all, of course, say that in the video. I got mine from Reach Out Reptiles, and I'm super happy with him, but I'm going to put another call out. If you have a dwarf or super dwarf reticulated python and you would like photos or video of yours included in any of my Super Dwarf Sundays, you are welcome to send those to me at behavioreducationllc@gmail.com, and it doesn't matter where you got it, and I will include it in some of the Super Dwarf Sunday segments. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, everybody, please remember to always be kind and love your animals no matter what size they are. Hi everyone, and welcome to Super Dwarf Sunday for December, I don't even know what tomorrow is. December 5th? Is tomorrow December 5th? Huh?
5th.